because obviously everyone's going to want a smartphone.
That's how Elon Musk quietly revealed the very first smartphone he's making in 2025. The media didn't tell you a thing about it, because they were too focused on this not-so-safe one. The iPhone 17 with iOS 26 just launched a month ago, and Apple has already had to warn users about their overheating batteries. Even a new cooling system is added. Users have no idea how soon they will be shelling out hundreds of dollars just to replace that battery. When will it catch fire? Or worse, explode? But this one, the 2026 Tesla Pi phone, which is only 1/10 the price that Apple takes you, will never put you through such anxiety loops. For just $273, Musk is about to bring it as a device that never catches fire, lasts for decades, and can be replaced at home in just 2 minutes. Why is all this even possible? Only in this video will you discover what's truly unbelievable about this device. Don't scroll past. And if you want to be among the first 12,333 people to see the future, hit that subscribe button and ring that bell right now. How can't the Pi phone overheat while Apple is still trying to prevent batteries from catching fire? This is 2025. It's still impossible to stop talking about the battery getting hot on every iPhone Apple ever released. But do you know it's especially bad on the iPhone 17? This year, Apple switched to a silicon-based anode, which can hold almost 10 times more lithium than graphite. But the problem is, when you charge it, silicon expands to about 3 times its original size. This expansion force creates enormous pressure inside the cell, generating hotspots when the device is fast charging or running heavy tasks. In one real-world test, every iPhone 17 model hit around 115 degrees Fahrenheit after just 3 hours of regular use. No gaming, no 4K video, just screen being on. Remember that lithium-ion batteries use flammable organic electrolytes. If one cell goes bad with high heat, the odds of a thermal runaway fire are about 1 in a million cells, which roughly means 1 out of every 8,000 iPhones could face serious overheating risk. That's why Apple added a thin vapor chamber cooling system in the iPhone 17. It uses evaporating liquid to spread heat out. But it only kicks in after the battery gets past 140 degrees Fahrenheit, or when it's already too hot. Could something like that ever happen with the Pi phone? Instead of lithium-ion, the Pi phone uses aluminum-ion batteries. The anode is pure aluminum. Each aluminum-ion cell produces around 2 volts, less than 3.7 volts lithium-ion, but packs 3 times energy density. That's why the Pi phone's battery module is only 3.8 millimeters thick, compared to iPhone's 5.2 millimeters. Yet it holds 18% more capacity to peak 5,500 milliamp-hours and generates 42% less heat. Meanwhile, the electrolyte is a salt-based liquid that doesn't evaporate under 410 degrees Fahrenheit. So even if it's punctured or crushed or exposed to high temperatures, it just gets warm and doesn't ignite. Finally, the graphene cathode acts as a natural heat sink for the entire battery, conducting heat 10 times faster than graphite. Any part of the battery cell that gets hot is spread out across the surface, then transferred to the outside in milliseconds. The heat never gets trapped in the core like lithium-ion batteries do. So Tesla basically built safety into the chemistry itself. But what really takes it to the absolute safe is something called nanothermal sensor technology. Every single cell has a microscopic sensor that measures temperature every 0.1 seconds, sending data to an onboard AI processor. The AI predicts heat buildup in advance and automatically adjusts charging current, say dropping from 50 watts to 20 watts, to keep things under control. If any cell goes above 140 degrees Fahrenheit, a semiconductor switch instantly disconnects that cell, stopping heat from spreading. In other words, it actively prevents fires before they even happen, instead of waiting to cool down after things get too hot, like the iPhone does. That's why the Pi phone battery never goes above 100 degrees Fahrenheit. It can fast charge at 70 watts, hitting 100% in just 15 minutes while staying around 95 degrees Fahrenheit, nearly 30 degrees Fahrenheit cooler than most lithium-based phones. Even during Tesla's internal tests, shooting 8K video for 5 straight hours, the Pi phone's body temperature never went past 93 degrees Fahrenheit. So, have you ever had to hang up on your grandkids because your phone got too hot? Would you ever dare to sleep with your iPhone charging on your pillow, truly confident it won't explode? If the Pi phone's always cool battery can finally solve your biggest tech worry, drop a comment saying, "Tesla did it" below. Why is the Pi phone's battery protection system far superior to the iPhone 17 in withstanding all external impacts? How many people do you know actually use an iPhone without a case or screen protector? Pretty much no one. Because if it's bare, even a small drop can damage the battery inside. The Pi phone, on the other hand, is designed with many layers of armor to protect the battery. Tesla calls it a full mech chem shield system, a complete mechanical, physical, and chemical protection setup for the battery. Most flagships today, including the iPhone 17, still use aluminum or stainless steel frames. Their batteries are glued directly into the chassis, with a thin layer of adhesive and just a tiny cushion between the battery and the back plate. A fatal weak point. When the phone drops, all that impact energy travels straight into the battery area. The battery pouch and weld joints take the full hit, which can cause internal cracks or short circuits. With the Pi phone, Tesla uses an exoskeleton design, where the outer shell acts only like armor, not like a hollowed-out frame packed with components. The frame is made from aerospace-grade titanium alloy, T6, Al4V, and coated with a 3-micrometer graphene layer to absorb impact. When you drop it, the force spreads evenly across the frame, just like a race car chassis dispersing energy in a crash. That means the pressure on the battery compartment is reduced by 7 to 10 times compared to aluminum frames. Inside, the battery isn't glued in either. It's suspended on a central bracket with 4 shock absorbers filled with a special shear-thickening gel. When a sudden impact happens, the gel instantly hardens to absorb the energy. As a result, the force transmitted to the battery cells is cut down by more than 10 times compared to normal phones. To put that in perspective, when an iPhone drops from table height onto concrete, the battery takes a hit equivalent to about 100 kilograms of force. The Pi phone's battery, under the same conditions, only has to withstand about 10 to 15 kilograms of force, light enough that the cells inside are completely unaffected. But it's not just about drop resistance. The Pi phone's battery is also immune to water and oxidation, thanks to its dual-layer nanoseal shield system. Now, the iPhone 17 still relies on rubber seals around the charging port, speaker grills, and frame edges to maintain its IP68 rating. In lab tests, it can survive being submerged in water for 30 minutes. But in reality, this seal will wear away over time due to impact and high temperatures, creating gaps for moisture and water to penetrate, even if it is just sweat from your hands or the humid air from your kitchen. Meanwhile, the Pi phone's nano-seal shield works like a protective biological membrane. The first layer is a super flexible nanopolymer that covers the entire battery compartment. This polymer flows into every microgap, then hardens, forming a seamless protective layer, without the need for glue or rubber seals like the iPhone. The second layer surrounds the battery case, with a lotus leaf effect with a contact angle of 150 to 160 degrees, causing any water droplets or moisture to slide off as soon as they touch the surface. And here's the coolest part. The polymer layers are self-healing. If scratched or dented, they temporarily soften and then reseal themselves within 10 to 15 seconds, restoring up to 99% of their original tightness. That means Pi phone's waterproofing doesn't fade over time like the iPhone's rubber gaskets do. It literally maintains itself. Why could the Pi phone's modular design save us from the iPhone's $1,000 battery replacement loop? Can you believe it when we say the Pi phone's battery can be swapped out as easily as changing the batteries in your TV remote at home? That's something no iPhone has ever allowed. With Apple's sealed battery, their entire pack is glued in with industrial-strength adhesive, surrounded by delicate cables directly connected to the motherboard. To replace it, a technician has to heat the glue, remove tiny screws one by one, and lift the screen without cracking the glass or damaging the cables. It's a complex, time-consuming, and expensive process. At an Apple store, replacing the battery in an iPhone 17 costs $119. If you follow Apple's recommendation to upgrade every 2 to 3 years to maintain battery performance, your battery costs could easily add up to $500 to $1,000 over 5 to 7 years. The iPhone, on the other hand, uses a Lego-style modular battery system. Each battery module can be removed or replaced without touching the circuits or interfering with other phone components. All you do is press a simple button on the back, slide the old battery module out, and slide the new one in. The magnetic positioning mechanism and self-aligning mechanical lock ensure that the electrical contacts are perfectly aligned with the motherboard, without you having to force or align them manually. This reduces the risk of incorrect installation, especially a huge help for older people who may have difficulty with operations that require dexterity. Seriously, it's as simple as swapping AA batteries in a flashlight or air conditioner remote. The whole process takes less than 2 minutes. No tools required, just your hands. Tesla's official replacement battery is expected to sell for only $29, about the cost of a quick meal at McDonald's. At the end of the day, Tesla is designing the Pi phone to remove the limitations that today's smartphone batteries impose on users. No fire risk, worries about charging, no extra fees to fix or replace. If you are waiting for the launch of the 2026 Pi phone, don't forget to like, share our video. Thanks for watching, stay electric, and we'll see you in the next video.